All right, tonight we want to take you into the mind of a bank robber, but first, look at this.
If you look at the 63 bank robberies in Houston so far this year, you're going to see a pattern. Banks near freeways tend to be the most popular targets, and those along FM 1960, a street in the northwest part of town, got hit more than any other single street.
Of those robberies, Wells Fargo was hit the most, followed by Bank of America, and one unlucky First Convenience branch on Buffalo Speedway was robbed twice this year.
So what does a bank robber have to say about all of this?
KHOU 11 News reporter Kevin Reese has a revealing look into the life of an ex-con.
So now we're confirmed we got 2 suspects inside, correct?
In our search for a bank robber, for a man who could tell us what makes a bank robber tick, we ended up in Amarillo with a robber and a story.
Kind of a quiet corner of the world up here most of the time, isn't it?
Really quiet.
You might not expect.
You know, I've never been violent where I beat people up or shoot them or stab them or anything.
His name is Randy Laird. He has a rap sheet a few decades long, starting with a grocery store in Conroe and ending with 3 bank robberies in Houston.
It's desperate people do desperate things in desperate times.
So desperate that after his last bank, a Bank of America on Westheimer, his getaway car was a Metro bus.
Just really got desperate. You'll do anything for the drug. Yeah, I'm high, and didn't think about anything except my next fix. You know, it's crazy, but that's what you do, is crazy things.
And research suggests that up to 75% of all bank robbers are like Randy, motivated by drugs, trying to get enough money for their next score. And the FBI says they score often up to $43 million taken in this country last year, with only about $8 million of that actually recovered from robbers like Randy, who prefer a bank next to a freeway.
Easy access to either get lost in a neighborhood or easy access to a freeway.
But he always had his eyes open for the banks with the worst security.
Because there's a Houston police lady working security with her feet propped up on the table, and she was probably 100 pounds overweight. And she's got the Houston Chronicle reading it and eating a bag of popcorn. And I said, I just got to do this.
But this is where Randy's story takes an unexpected turn. A heart attack in prison, quadruple bypass surgery, and they let him out early. Which is why we found him on the front porch of that mobile home in Amarillo.
It was time to change, do something for somebody else. So now I try to give back.
And he gives back here.
God bless you. Yes, sir.
God bless you, brother.
He took us under a downtown Amarillo bridge, a tent city.
You want any more food?
Where he and his wife Janice hand out food and clothing to the homeless.
Thank you.
There's a few still that care, and you know, it makes us feel good to know that.
You got plenty to stay warm with tonight?
By the way, we should better introduce you to his wife.
They're bringing all different sizes.
Because she just happens to be...
I'm a vice president of a bank.
Yes, a bank vice president, married to a man who has robbed more than one.
I think the guy that he is now is the guy that he really has always been. At the time, he did some things that were not good, but I know that he's a good, loving person, and he cares a lot for other people. I don't question him because I know his heart.
Something's better for you tomorrow, believe that.
Something better will come along.
Yeah, it will.
The story of a repentant bank robber like this is rare. Randy knows that. So he offers this advice to anyone desperate enough to be a bank robber too.
My mom used to always tell me the chickens always come home to roost, and they do. Yes, you may get away with it once or twice, but at some point they're going to get you or kill you.
And a dozen are killed in the act by police each year, long before they get a story like this. In Amarillo, Kevin Reese, KHOU 11 News.